of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know, nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize, be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Rio and California.
Today we're going to look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You know, sometimes our very life is on the line. Not here in Belize, but other parts of the world where people step up for the Lord. And those people have to make a decision as to what they're going to do. Being a Muslim, being a Christian in a Muslim country, especially a more aggressive one, I can just imagine that amongst the Taliban, those who decide to be Christians, you better make sure that you're serious about what you're going to do. You got to make sure that you're very serious about what you're going to do, because there's danger there. In some of the Middle Eastern countries as well. In India, they say when a person gets baptized, the person walks through the village, showing everybody what they have done. And those persons who are convinced, they know what is on the table, but they also have seen the light. They have seen the light. Here in Belize, it's good, but it's also bad, because people could be free to flip-flop. Not in those places. In chapter 3 of the book of Daniel, starting from verse 16, we're going to read this morning. It says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. He's already proposed to them because they refused to bow down. So they are saying to him, we will answer you, and we're not going to be careful in this answer that we give. We are simply going to not bow down. They said they're not going to be careful in this any answer. He said, if it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and we will deliver, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. You see, they are showing their faith in the Lord. He said, if it come to whatever to be saved, our God can save us, and we are going to be careful how we answer you. Verse 18 says, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy God, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Now this is, I believe, easier said than done for a lot of people, because people have not considered what is on the table. Even when our life is on the line like this, we better ask God to support us in these times, because as they're saying, if they compromise their position, it's going to be a temporary reprieve. But really and truly, they would have lost their salvation on a long-term basis, which they were not up to, they were not willing to do. And we must ask God for that. And if these boys are demonstrating to us, even when the most important thing that you have, your soul is on the line, be careful how you give up the Lord. How the world responds, how the devil wants to respond. In verse 19, that then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and all the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. So then heat the oven 7 times hotter. Now the king is angry with these fellows. They are seeing just problems now. So the devil puts a face on them that they will may just shrink back and say, all right, we change our mind. These boys did not change their mind. And the Lord said that these things are written as an example to you and I, to strengthen us, that if we find ourselves in this situation, we already know what we're going to do. To ask God to be with us through things like these, because compromise is not good. So, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. So the decision was made that he's going to destroy these boys. Sometimes when we see destruction, it's only for a temporary period, even if it comes. But destruction of the soul is a perpetual thing that will never stop. And when we put two things together, saving our soul is the most important thing in this life. As a matter of fact, it's more about loving God. Loving God, because they are saying that they will not worship this image that Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Then these men were bound in their coat, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fire. So the true minister they had said, but they had made up their minds, something in their experience, to believe, sincerely believe that things can happen. And it is the doubt that keeps us from getting the answer to our prayers. So the Lord has shown me last night again. It's the doubt that we have. These boys said what they think is going to happen. They will not bow down, and they believe saving is supposed to be, if they're supposed to be saved, then God is going to save them. And that's what they believe. Something that exposed them to the Word of God, exposed them to God, has given this assurance to them that they can stand firm. So then these men were bound, and therefore, because the king commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flames of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Say, God always give evidence, because there are some people who are evil. They'll want to tell you why they didn't burn, or if it's even true. Some people will look at this and say, this may not even be true. Why are you believing this nonsense? This is fairy tale. We as Christians believe this. But there are people who are going to try to get us not to believe. And they have already won if they get us not to believe these things. He says, then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and he rose up in his haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the son of a god, because that's who it is. That's who it is. That is who it is. God rescues. Sometimes we have to be the bridge for people to pass over to come into heaven. Sometimes God will ask some people to die, but others may live. The Bible says that for a seed to grow, it has to die. Some people will be asked to do things like that. And God is omniscient. He knows everything. So Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who had sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies, but that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. Ladies and gentlemen, the life we live is the greatest sermon we preach. The sermon that these boys preach back in Babylon in this day changed the heart of one of the most ferocious kings. But in the Bible prior to that, the Bible referred to Nebuchadnezzar as a servant of God. And how did he become a servant of God? By the adamants of these fellows. These boys were already chosen to live a good life. And Nebuchadnezzar tried to use that to convince them to go against the things of God. But God had already put a stamp on these fellows. Has God put a stamp on you, and have you turned away from God? Many people turn away from God for worldly things. And sometimes when you think you're saving your life, you're actually losing it. And when we come to God, we are bond servants. We have decided to follow Jesus. He is the way. I implore you, look carefully in your life and ask God to help you to remove sin from your life. The church has too much of that. People who are half-heartedly serving the Lord.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place me ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place me ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Rheem AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit, which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Rheem. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting, just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Today marks a major milestone for future education in our community. This building is more than concrete and classrooms. It is a symbol for hope, progress, opportunity, and strong belief that our young people deserve the very best foundation for their future.
The scope of works of this project included the construction of 8 classroom spaces, office spaces, bathroom facilities for male and female students, as well as restroom facilities for male and female teachers, along with storage rooms and a janitor's equipment storage room. Additionally, covered stairwells were constructed to provide access from the ground floor to the first floor, and an access ramp was installed to ensure accessibility for persons with disabilities.
Today is a proud and meaningful day for the people of Corazon Creek. For the Toledo District, this facility represents hope, not only for the students of Corazon Creek, but also for the young people from the 16 surrounding buffer communities that this school will serve and will continue to serve. It reflects our shared belief that no matter where you come from in Belize, you deserve access, to spaces that allow you to learn, grow, and succeed. Let the school stand as a symbol of what is possible when we invest in people, communities, and opportunity. Together, we are building more than infrastructure. We are building futures. We are building hope, and we are building a stronger belief.
Cada conexión es más que solo una señal, es un estudiante abriendo las puertas a su futuro a través de la educación digital. Una mente joven atreviéndose a soñar en grande. Nuestra cultura compartida con el mundo en tiempo real. Y héroes cotidianos respondiendo al llamado del deber cívico. Cuando nos conectamos con Digi, empoderamos a Belice.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dano milk, then love Dano milk. You can whip it cream, for Dano milk it is real, yes, Dano milk, then love Dano milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dano milk, then love Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano milk, then love Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in PG, Dano milk, then love Dano milk. You can hear this talk, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
The biggest tournament requires the ultimate streaming experience with NextGen TV. Win with NextGen. Pay your bill or sign up for a NextGen bundle plan for a chance to win a 43, 55, or up to 65-inch smart TV bundle, a brand new soundbar, and many more prizes. Get ready to witness football history being made with NextGen. Not a NextGen TV subscriber yet? Contact us to subscribe today. NextGen TV, your stadium at home.
And today we're here shopping at B-Mart. Today we're making the green super smoothie.
Sweet Belize.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Ream AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much needed cash with an inverter unit which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Ream. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting, just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Today marks a major milestone for future education in our community. This building is more than concrete and classrooms. It is a symbol for hope, progress, opportunity, and strong belief that our young people deserve the very best foundation for their future.
The scope of works of this project included the construction of 8 classroom spaces, office spaces, bathroom facilities for male and female students, as well as restroom facilities for male and female teachers, along with storage rooms and a janitor's equipment storage room. Additionally, covered stairwells were constructed to provide access from the ground floor to the first floor, and an access ramp was installed to ensure accessibility for persons with disabilities.
Today is a proud and meaningful day for the people of Corazon Creek, for the Toledo district. This facility represents hope, not only for the students of Corazon Creek, but also for the young people from the 16 surrounding buffer communities that this school will serve and will continue to serve. It reflects our shared belief that no matter where you come from in Belize, you deserve access to spaces that allow you to learn, grow, and succeed. Let the school stand as a symbol of what is possible when we invest in people, communities, and opportunity. Together, we are building more than infrastructure. We are building futures. We are building hope, and we are building a stronger Belize.
Cada conexión es más que solo una señal, es un estudiante abriendo las puertas a su futuro a través de la educación digital. Una mente joven atreviéndose a soñar en grande. Nuestra cultura compartida con el mundo en tiempo real. Y héroes cotidianos respondiendo al llamado del deber cívico. Cuando nos conectamos con Digi, empoderamos a Belice.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dano milk. Then love Dano milk. You can whip it cream, but Dano milk it is real, yes, Dano milk. Then love Dano milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dano milk. Then love Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all, Dano milk. Then love Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in Fiji, Dano milk. Then love Dano milk. You can hear this talk, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world, Dano.
The biggest tournament requires the ultimate streaming experience with NextGen TV. Win with NextGen. Pay your bill or sign up for a NextGen bundle plan for a chance to win a 43, 55, or up to 65-inch smart TV bundle, a brand new soundbar, and many more prizes. Get ready to witness football history being made with NextGen. Not a NextGen TV subscriber yet? Contact us to subscribe today. NextGen TV, your stadium at home.
And today we're here shopping at B-Mart. Today we're making the green super smoothie. Let's master it.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Ream AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Ream. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Today marks a major milestone for future education in our community. This building is more than concrete and classrooms. It is a symbol for hope, progress, opportunity, and strong belief that our young people deserve the very best foundation for their future.
The scope of works of this project included the construction of 8 classroom spaces, office spaces, bathroom facilities for male and female students, as well as restroom facilities for male and female teachers, along with storage rooms and a janitor's equipment storage room. Additionally, covered stairwells were constructed to provide access from the ground floor to the first floor, and an access ramp was installed to ensure accessibility for persons with disabilities.
Today is a proud and meaningful day for the people of Corazon Creek, for the Toledo district. This facility represents hope, not only for the students of Corazon Creek, but also for the young people from the 16 surrounding buffer communities that this school will serve and will continue to serve. It reflects our shared belief that no matter where you come from in Belize, you deserve access to spaces that allow you to learn, grow, and succeed. Let this school stand as a symbol of what is possible when we invest in people, communities, and opportunity. Together, we are building more than infrastructure. We are building futures. We are building hope, and we are building a stronger Belize.
Cada conexión es más que solo una señal, es un estudiante abriendo las puertas a su futuro a través de la educación digital. Una mente joven atreviéndose a soñar en grande. Nuestra cultura compartida.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place we ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace.
Welcome to another edition of Rise and Shine. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Monday morning. It is the 1st of June. It's Monday, the 1st of June. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're watching us on Facebook stream, YouTube stream, or on our regular television channel. It is a pleasure coming into your homes, and there is a lot to talk about. My goodness. 1st of June means that the hurricane season is here. So June to November is the familiar cry. It is that period of time when we begin to tell people, don't wait until the forecast says that a hurricane is nearby, and then you will rush the shop, go buy, but you don't got money. You need to, from now, begin to just, whenever you go to the store, buy a pack of sausage or a tin can of chicken Vienna sausage or whatever it is, and you just begin to put it away piece by piece by piece, so that when that time comes, you don't have to have a financial drain and financial strain. This year is different. Gas is extremely expensive, which means that all of us have less money in our pockets. And so it means that this year, above every other year, we need to be preparing from early. It's Monday morning, which means Brother Fem is in the house with me. Brother Fem, yes, good morning, good morning.
Hermanito, buenos días. Hermanita, buenos días. Papa y mamá, Dios te bendiga. It's a beautiful Monday morning, like where our pastor said, here in the beautiful village of BMP, Belmopang. So it's a beautiful day, Pastor. I hope I could just run to Jesus and give him a good hug and one good kiss. To make I go down and wake up the morning. Amen. That I want gift. God.
Amen.
So, Pastor.
Yes, and it's hurricane season, Brother Fem.
Yes, sorry. So I start to buy your umbrella. They said when hurricane season is close, you can't get one ladder. They store. They run out of umbrella.
Yeah. And the rainy weather is here.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday it rained. Yesterday morning it rained with a vengeance. We still had a very good turnout at church, but you could see that the rain kept some people home. If I could take a look at the weather report for this morning, it says moist and unstable conditions continue to linger over the country. And it says for the next 24 hours we can expect overcast skies. Today and tonight, showers and thunderstorms will likely continue over central and northern areas this morning, while decreasing. Then a few showers and thunderstorms could redevelop and affect some people inland this afternoon, and mostly over the south tonight. Elsewhere, shower activity will be generally isolated. Marine conditions, winds blowing from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots with sea state moderate and waves 4 to 6 feet. Temperatures, inland, 92 degrees Fahrenheit will be the low with 75 is the high with, let me do that again. 75 is the low, 92 is the high. On the coast, 80 is the low, 88 is the high. In the hills, 68 is the low, 81 is the high. So you will notice that because of the sea, when you are near the sea, then the sea help regulate the temperature on the coast. Because when it too cold, the sea warm. So some of the air keep the coast kind of warm. And then if it's too hot, some of the sea cool the land. You see? So essentially it helps. It helps when you have a sea or a body of water. But for us, Brother Fem, we're the inland. So you see that there's a big difference between the hot and the cold. Now, tropical weather outlook. Tropical cyclone formation is not expected over the region during the next 48 hours. Tuesday and Tuesday night, skies will be cloudy at times with generally isolated showers or thunderstorms. And that is our report for this morning. Now, wow, what a weekend it was. There was the highs and there were the lows, and then there was the debauchery, the terrible part with I say Nilette Blackman, or the one from the Post that came into the country. Nehilette came into the country, and we'll talk about that. And then we see over the weekend, Alberto Agas was arrested and charged for cyber crime. And then we see that there was shootings.
Yes.
There was shootings, murder. And then we see that there were accidents which took the life of several people. So there is a lot to discuss on this morning. But let me start with, on Saturday, I went to King's College graduation. King's College graduation. King's College is on the Old Belize Road, as if you're going to Mascal Village. So you're close to Alton, huh? You remember that the highway, in the good old days, the highway used to pass through Mascal. Mascal used to be a big time community. This, when you go from Belize City to Orange Walk, you used to have to go that route. But now we have a newer highway that goes up. So King's College is no longer on the highway itself. It's near Mascal, but it continues to go. It's 57 years. And I think it was at least at least 18 students that graduated. So I want to congratulate the staff, the students, the parents of King's College for another successful year of high school Christian education, King's College.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Honestly, I visited that place with the Bevans like about 2 times.
To do ministry.
Yes, that's right. To do performance. The kids, they were on fire.
Yeah.
You know, you feel motivated.
Yes.
So I thank God for King's College, and I want to extend my prayers, you know, go to you, because it's not like running a school 2 weeks or 2. Pastor, like every day one challenge when it comes to the teaching and so. Last week when the bike on Pastor cry, he said teacher put him in knee long, and because he no knee long, teacher like he force her, no? And I said, no man. And when I remember Melini said, Grandpa, he said we students need to show more love for the teacher. He said, because he said 2 weeks ago one of the teacher sit down and started crying at the school.
Yeah.
Pastor, it's not easy to be a teacher. You take one licking, my brother. You can't please the mother or father or auntie or uncle. Man, that's why I say hats off to them, Pastor.
Yeah. Well, you know, teachers cannot discipline again as when we were students in the system, and the kids take advantage of that. There are still many good kids out there.
Yes.
But the bad ones can really put teachers under very, very serious stress. And it's for the kids' own benefit. It's for their own advantage, you know. So we shout out all teachers across the country of Belize who are trying their best.
Yes.
And we want to encourage parents to work with the teachers for the benefit of the children. You know, I'm not saying that teachers are always right, but parents should never be disrespectful to teachers, so that the child can see that the parent respects the teacher, and then it means then that the child will have to respect the teacher.
That's right.
Not picnic supposed to go home and tell our teacher. All right. There's also a system, so a parent does not have to have an altercation with a teacher, because there's a principal, there's a managing authority. We need children to respect adults, and the teachers don't have as much discipline options as our teachers had years ago. So it's much more difficult now. But we give God thanks for the many teachers that stay. Let's talk a little bit about, I don't know if you are following this situation with Oscar Mira, Minister of Police, and Alberto August, Star. He used to have a Star newspaper. I don't know if the newspaper still exists. It was circulated normally just in the Santa Elena, San Ignacio area and surrounding villages. Alberto August, we know that he was once the chairman of the United Democratic Party, so he is a political figure.
And how much time?
He called here many times.
No, I said how much time, Mayor?
No, Alberto August, not Mayor Alberto August. Alberto August, who was the chairman of the United Democratic Party. Do we have a picture? Do we have a picture of Alberto August? Actually, I didn't have a picture of Alberto August. I only had a picture of the arrest and charge, the fact that he was arrested and charged. But Alberto August, let me see if.
Meanwhile, the figure I never mean to say well.
Not this is what he wasn't a mayor. He's from he lives in Santa Elena near the library, but he was a very high-ranking official of the United Democratic Party when Dean Barrow was Prime Minister. So Alberto August, I mean, foundation, pillar
Yes.
in the Democratic Party. But here the problem is stemmed from a post that he made on Facebook. Yes, this is Alberto Agas. And you have to be careful when you arrest and charge political figures for non-criminal activity, in particular arrest and charge on a Facebook post.
Okay.
It gets very sticky because we are a country that does not use police action against politicians. Because we are a democratic country, it doesn't mean that you agree with what the person posts. You might also not agree with how the person posts what they post, but a person who is a high-ranking political operative will criticize the government. That's like a part of their job. You don't have to agree with them, but it's a part of their job to criticize.
Yes.
And there has to be that freedom to criticize because it is a part of the democratic process. So the question is whether or not the post made by Alberto Agas rises to the level where he should be arrested and charged for it. That is the question. So I think LJ did a story on the murder of the doctor. Can we air that package? Because that story of the murder of the doctor, which we haven't talked about before because it happened within the week, that story led to this particular interaction between Minister Oscar Mira and former chairman of the United Democratic Party, Alberto Agas. So let's start from the original clip.
A brazen daylight shooting in Belmopan has left one doctor dead and his young daughter traumatized. Shortly after 8 o'clock this morning, residents in the Las Flores area reported hearing as many as 13 gunshots near the corner of Raccoon and Maravillas Avenue. When residents of the area rushed to the crime scene, they found the lifeless body of Dr. Non Bonilla slumped over the steering wheel of his vehicle with his daughter screaming in the back seat. Reports indicate that Dr. Bonilla was on his way to drop his daughter off at school when he was targeted. According to eyewitnesses, the doctor had just left his home with his daughter when a white SUV allegedly intercepted his vehicle, allowing a lone masked gunman to open fire in his direction.
The guy come off of the street for he lived up on Mount Talbot, and the vehicle made it behind him and the vehicle gone in the front. And the gunman come out and let out about 13 shots and gone down the street right over there, the next street. I just try to run to the vehicle and check if the guy may alive, but I reached there, dead on the spot. So that's that right there. It's unfortunate. Look like I'm gonna follow the guy though, because as they come out, he literally just come off the street, you know.
Dr. Bonilla's young daughter was in the back seat of the vehicle at the time of the gruesome murder, but thankfully she was unharmed. City Council workers who were in the area at the time quickly rushed to the vehicle and removed Bonilla's daughter from the crime scene. Bonilla was a well-known doctor in the capital and Valley of Peace who dedicated his life to caring for people. Dr. Bonilla spent the last 8 years working at Belmopan's Medical Imaging Center as their internist. Dr. Virginia Smith, the center's director, says that Bonilla was one of their best doctors who touched the lives of all his patients.
My staff were extremely saddened as, in addition to being our main clinician, he was a very dear friend to every member of the staff. Observing him from my side, I saw not just any ordinary young doctor. I saw a doctor that was extremely dedicated, charismatic, compassionate and kind, extremely knowledgeable. The special thing that I saw about him was that he would spend an entire hour with each one of his patients, going over their history, allowing them to talk as much as they wanted to. Of course, going over their clinical details, reviewing their labs, and him giving them his advice was the special part that people loved about him. He was a very good clinician here and a very good friend to everybody here in this clinic. Crime and violence of this type has no part in any aspect of the Belizean society. In addition, and more so, we are shocked that it has touched the medical community. I think there's no words for it. This should not happen. We pray that we can get some answers for this horrible crime.
But what could have led to this latest murder? Why would anyone take the life of a well-known and respected doctor, especially in front of his young daughter? Police say they're following two leads.
Police have retrieved a number of video footage, which we believe will be of use to this ongoing investigation. The investigators are also following up on two leads as it relates to motive, neither of which suggests Dr. Bonia's involvement in the various activities.
Bonia was currently in the middle of a civil case with one of his business partners, but the police department was reluctant to disclose whether or not those facts formed part of their investigation. Reporting for Plus News, LJ Wade.
I want to start off by offering my condolences to the Bonilla family and also to the medical team at Belize Medical Imaging. Dr. Virginia Smith, who runs that facility, they have an extension campus, I think, in the south. So Dr. Bonilla not only worked in Belmopan, but he's originally from Valley of Peace, so he conducted clinic in that community, and then he also conducted in the south. Dr. Bonilla was my aunt's favorite doctor, and so he will be sadly missed. The life of a young man with tremendous potential, contributing to the health of our country, contributing to national development. He was the pride of Valley of Peace, because Valley of Peace is an immigrant community in its origin, and these people in many cases were discriminated against. It's a rural community that's primarily farming. So to have a person rise up, study hard, get a scholarship, study, become a doctor, and then beginning to function, he was certainly the pride and joy of Valley of Peace. But he also resided here in Belmopan working. He had a family. We can hear from the story that the 4-year-old daughter was present when the murder happened. So I want to start by offering my congratulations, my condolences, and I want the nation to understand that we cannot let the side show of the politics between PUP and UDP overshadow the tragedy that has taken place, the violent removal of a contributing citizen with full potential, that nothing should overshadow this brutal murder, and we need to let that be the main thing and ensure that the perpetrator or perpetrators are brought to justice.
The way I look on the television, and I drove around briefly where the incident happened, and you know, the same area there, you could ask anybody, because they have one here part like where the creek passed through the big culvert.
Yes.
And I remember I responded the morning like 4:30, where police led to an area in that same.
In the same area?
Yes, that. When I gone and I reach a little bit ahead of the police, so one of my friends heard me say, "Come, hurry, car police are calling a police." So I already take some nice footage.
Yes.
And I said, "Man, the man sit down," and they cut it through. So right that's why I leave back. Could never forget that. And I said, "Man, I wonder if anything that organized crime or that
Yeah.
is."
Yeah. Well, there is definitely organized crime that is taking place. Let's take this call, 822-2031, to join our conversation. Kala, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Wade. Good morning, my good friend.
Morning, Dad.
What puzzles the mind is what has escalated the mood of people, say from 50 years ago to now, to brazenly go and shoot somebody to death. What we are seeing right now, Pastor Wade and my friend here,
Yes, sorry.
is that there is a belief that the law does not exist against murder. That the laws are so slackened that people can get away from a murder charge. It is being seen as though you do it and you have 99% chance of getting away. Of all the cases that we have heard recently, the most recent one is the one with Corporal Na, that has now been charged for the murder of 3 people.
Convicted,
That
yeah.
is an isolated case where justice has been served or is being served, I don't know how far. But there's right now a belief in the entire country of Belize that the charge for murder is very light. It's very light and you can get away easily if you can get a very good lawyer. This recent murder of the doctor, among so many others, has actually stirred the conscience of people again. And I repeat again because it has been so many times that we hear somebody murdered, everybody say, "Oh my gracious," again. And then the thing is this, let me leave it to God. Everything is being left to God to solve. I am a believer in God, a firm believer. But God, I don't think is going to control the free will of bad people. A bad person has that free will to do what he feels like. And God, I don't think will intervene or because if we leave everything to God, everything is going to continue the same way. But actually, this is something that has stirred the conscience of the people. I don't know for how long. I understand there will be a big demonstration in Belmopan called by the Doctors Association. But that will be another call as what happened when they killed the little girl here in Cayo many years ago, the little girl Low, that the entire San Ignacio Benquevejo Socol Bulletin building assembled there to protest. So let's see how far this will go. But it is getting very critical. Very critical. I don't know for how long. People don't like to hear the name Bukele. Oh, no, they don't want to hear that. That among liars, among politicians, they are ashamed that Bukele has done what has to be done. I leave you with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Don Hector, for your comments this morning. You know, so the first thing that I want to say to residents of Belmopan, surrounding areas, and those who watch our program, that we need to keep the main thing, which is to ensure that the community is actively engaged to push the police, the investigators, to get to the bottom of the murder. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Belmopan Police because they were the ones who had to respond several years ago on the New Year's night when the Ramnareis brothers and Vivian Belial, she's married Ramnareis, and there was a fourth person that the killer attempted to kill as well, and there was also a child in that situation, and the killer, who we now know to be, through conviction, Elmer Nah himself, brutally murdered 3 people. Our community was enraged, but our community was also engaged. And so late last week, Friday, Elmer Nah was found guilty of triple murder. And the family gave thanks to God. We kept our eyes on the ball to ensure that the police did their work, the prosecutors did their work, the DPP's office did her work, and we have a conviction.
And the church also, Pastor.
Of course, the church supported the family. We prayed, and we know, Brother Fem, that God answered our prayers, that today we can rest. I believe they will appeal, but I don't think that that appeal is going anywhere. So I want to offer congratulations. I want to also big up and highlight my friend Arthur Saldivar, attorney at law, because he was the one who encouraged the family, sat with the family, shared with them the evidence, because you get very, very skeptical. You get concerned, Brother Fem, wondering if the murder of your loved ones will just go like that, whether or not corruption is going to take place, whether or not evidence is going to disappear. And I believe all of these questions are legitimate. But former Commissioner of Police Chester Williams, he gave us the opportunity, along with Arthur Saldivar, to go and to, on behalf of the family, we did, I won't go into the details of what we did, but the police were very supportive that we could tell the family, listen, we are satisfied that the police is doing its work. So Compol Chester Williams ensured that that took place. Arthur Saldivar was the person who kept the family abreast of what was taking place. The community put the pressure. And so we know that all the evidence, even though there is a new commissioner, everything kept right on track, Brother Fem, to the point where the family was able to hear the positive verdict of guilty, guilty, guilty. Now, that does not bring the men back, does not bring Vivian back, but it gives a sense of peace, that justice, and every family in Belize who has lost loved ones deserve this verdict, as hard as it is, a verdict of guilty where the right person, every family deserves that. And I want to say that as it relates to the murder of Dr. Bonilla, the Belmopan community must rally together, and we must keep the focus. I appeal to the Minister of Police, Minister Oscar Mira, to keep the focus on what the focus ought to be. Do not be distracted by the political noise. You have a job to deliver to your constituency. I would say drop those charges, Minister. Drop those charges. It is not helping. It's shifting the murder to a political quarrel, and that is a disservice to the family of the Bonilla. I want to also say, Brother Fem, that tonight at 6 o'clock, there is going to be a candlelight vigil here in the community of Belmopan. As the day progresses and I get the exact details, I will have it out for you. But certainly the imaging, the Belmopan Imaging Center, which is at the Emporium, I will have the details of where we will assemble. But I want to encourage the city of Belmopan to let us come out and let us just stay tuned to PlusTV and to social media page, where we will give you the details of the candlelight vigil that's going to take place, where we demand justice. And I want to believe already that the police, the investigators, will do their utmost best to ensure that what we received for the Ramna race and Vivian and Belial family, that we will receive that for the Bonilla case. That's my hope, that is my expectation, and let us keep the main thing the main thing.
I agree. Totally agree, Pastor. And I think the family, and how can I say, I feel like they hope each other and cry and all. A conviction like this really touch thousands of people here in this country and abroad, because when that thing happened, my auntie called. He said, Uncle said, whatever they update of the case, so I can't worry much with the typewriter then, but my sister give her one more information. So, but I just said it, we're happy, man.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I felt happy as well when I received that verdict of guilt. This is, you know that Vivian, in a sense, she spoke from beyond the grave, because she, on her hospital bed, she wrote a police report. She did a police report in which she positively identified the person. She wrote, spoke in detail about what she saw, who they saw, and everything matched up together. Hopefully, I will be able to have, I'm hopeful that Arthur will be able to join us someday to give us the details that are not yet in the news. But we are thankful to God. Now, Brother Fem, this cyber law, it includes cyber bullying. It includes the dissemination of false information on social media. This law was passed, I think, in 2020, so it's not under my term as senator. It was not under my predecessor, Senator Bishop Bengoshe. It was not under his time either. It is previous to that. This law was passed under the United Democratic Party. And I read that cybercrime bill. I said, this is bad for Belize. It's the UDP, it's the same UDP that passed it. I said it's bad for Belize, Brother Fem, because you could see the way that that bill is written, that it can be used on your enemies, that it can be used for people that you don't like. the machete was sharpened by two sides. And he cut the same one we sharpened it. Because I said from the very beginning that that bill had the potential for political mischief. For mischief to be done because you don't like somebody, they post something that you don't like, but instead of you using the existing course of action is that you take the person to a civil court. It's a civil matter, which is a matter where you could get a lawyer and the lawyer defend you, and the other person must make the complaint. We need to understand this very clearly, that traditionally this is a civil matter. It is the United Democratic Party under Dean Barrow that passed that stupid bill that is now a law. Because it moved stupid people. We like write stupid thing per Facebook and do stupid things. It moved it from an area of being civil, Brother Fem, to criminal. And I said it then, and I'm saying it again. What a stupid bill that is now a law, because Belizeans like laugh and take serious things with joke, both on the internet and when Parliament debate them bill. When Parliament debate their bill, they laugh about where this one say about that one, and where PUP say about UDP, and UDP say about UDP, and you the Belizean people, don't understand the seriousness of the bill. That the bill shifted from a civil to a criminal speech under the UDP, and now it's there for you. It's there for you, where you, Alberto Agas, who supported that bill, that you were told that that bill can be politically weaponized. You guys still pass it. Now you out there they cry. I still don't support the bill. And I don't support that it was used against Alberto Agas. I need to explain. I don't agree, because Minister Mira is the Minister of Police. So a crime happened, and if people believe that Minister Mira is not doing a good job, they have a right to complain. They have a right to make posts, as long as they don't threaten the life of a person, right? If you threaten the life of a person, then that is criminal. Yes. But what the cyber security bill does, the law, it's not a law, please understand, right? Is that it takes comments, words, and turn it into a criminal act. I do not support that law. Do not support it. For this exact reason, that even if it is legitimate, let's say that it is legitimate, right? That Alberto Agas's post it meets the criteria for cyber spreading misinformation or whatever it is. Even let's say, for argument's sake, that what Alberto Agas did is criminal. it creates a problem because the person that he spoke about is the Minister of Police. So it's easy to say that this is the abuse of power. It's abuse of power. Please understand this morning, viewers, that I am talking about why the law is foolish. Please understand that. I am not here to say at this present moment, I am not saying, Brother Fem, that Alberto Agas is innocent, Alberto Agas is guilty. I am not here saying that Oscar Mira is using abuse of power and whether or not the complaint rises to the level of the law. I'm not saying that yet. Yes. I am saying that was a stupid law. That's what I'm saying. And that it is a law that can be used for political mischief. And that now you can see very clearly that it can be used politically, or it can be seen to be used politically, and it can be seen as abuse of power, and it can actually put our democracy at risk because you have a bad law. Bad law. And that even right now, this government is like pressuring us as senators to pass certain law. But we believe that, no, let's take our time, man. Why with the rush? Because here is an example of a rushed bill sometime around the pandemic. Because they wanted to control information. And so they took posts and turned it into crime. Do you understand what I'm saying, Belize? That these kinds of things should be civil matters, they should not be criminal. So now Alberto Agas is arrested and charged under this law. And because if it was civil, right? If it was civil, then Alberto Agas, right? If it was civil, then if it was civil, then Oscar Mira would have had to be the one to sue Alberto Agas. And then two of them would get a lawyer and they would go to court. And the worst that would happen if Alberto Agas is guilty, the worst that would happen is that he would maybe pay a fee. You know, like $10,000 or $5,000 or $50,000, whatever the court decide, right? So, but it would have been a civil matter. But now, because of this law, Belize, there is a problem with this law. It can be used for political mischief. It can be used in such a way that it could create demonstrations and protests and riots in the country. It could. Right? Yes. That what was in the past a civil matter is now a criminal matter. So you know what? They're not Oscar Mira gone and sue Alberto Agas, you know. They were a police officer. That just somebody will say, oh, that's cyber, whatever. And then that person make the complaint. You see, if it's a civil matter, it had to be Alberto Agas versus Oscar Mira in court. Nothing wrong with that. Uno go have no beef. If you think you were defamed or something like that. This are not that. Belize. This are not that. This is now a man has been arrested and charged for a Facebook post as a criminal act. So this is a dangerous legislation, and here we can see it, right? So I do not support this law. I do not support this law, which means as well then that I do not agree with what is happening to Alberto Agas. I do not agree. because the optics of it, and it can get nasty. And even internationally, a government cannot just go about the arrest its political opponents because you don't like what they say. That is just the matter. You can't. It will endanger our fragile democracy. At a time when people don't vex about the murder, people don't vex about a lot of things when it happens, people vex about fuel and so on, it can tear our fragile democracy. And I also believe that the only criminal language, or the only language that should be criminalized, is threats. Threats. I will kill you. I will deal with you. I will hurt you. Watch out, watch your back, because I think, and that has been the tradition of the kinds of words that have been criminalized. This law is a bad law. Now, Channel 7 got a copy of the, I don't know if you have any comments you have for make Brother Fame. Yes. I need to explain to the people, Brother Fame, the difference between how these kinds of posts were treated in the past, which would have been civil, which I have no problem with, and now that it's being used in a criminal way. This is the criminalization of speech. UDP did it. UDP did it. I disagreed with it then, and I disagree with it now, and I disagree with its use. Especially again, man, when you're a politician, you have to take your lick. I don't pass, I take my lick. But when I said the billboard have a condom, they condom for me? Yes or no? Yes. But I don't even know if you know all of the boy, I take a licking. But I am a public figure.
Thank you.
Have to take me licking. You know. So, can we put up the one that has Channel 7 plastered on it? Sorry, Channel 7. Thank you, Channel 7. See there? See the person who make the complaint. You see that? The information and complaint of. Do you see Minister Oscar Mira there? You know there? Believes this is dangerous. This is a person by the name of Alpha Ciego Corporal 1289. We don't even know if this person did so willingly. We do not know if this person was forced to do it. We do not know that the person was under compulsion to do it, because the person that it was written against is the minister. So this by itself creates a problem that we don't even know if Alpha Ciego Corporal 1289 really wanted to do this thing. Belize not just get involved in a quarrel between PUP and UDP and everybody to jump in. Let us analyze this law. Let us take this law higher than the low level where it is right now, where many of you out there, I could have walked into, if either me, somebody else, I could have walked into a police station and the many things that were written about me, I could have said cyberbullying right there. Could use that law right there. So let's put that up again. So this is the problem, that the comments were made against the Minister of Police, and then it can be easily seen that the Minister of Police get a police to come and make a complaint. And if it is so, then that becomes abuse of power. So it's like my recommendation to the minister would be, please drop this thing and let's fix that law. So the person said, taken on 31st of May 2026, before the undersigned, one of His Majesty Justice of the Peace in and for said country, now said that Alberto Orlando Agas committed the crime. Notice they say crime. That the way I tell you, Belize, that what should have been civil is now a crime. Please understand, this is heading in the wrong direction. Of what is the crime? Used a computer system to disseminate a false statement. Do you see how low the level of the threshold is? Contrary to Section 15.4 of the Cybercrime Act, Chapter 10601 of the Substantive Laws of Belize Revised Edition 2020. Right? 2020. For that you, Alberto Agas, on 29th day of May 2026 in the Cayo Judicial District with intent to cause Oscar Mira to be subject to public ridicule and embarrassment, used a computer to disseminate a false statement to wit. And then he read out the whole thing. Right? And now I repeat it because, man, like, boy, Alberto Orlando Agas, in my opinion, has the right to use his computer system as a political person to criticize his opponent, Minister Oscar Mira, as to whether he believes in that Oscar Mira is doing a good job or not in this thing. Right. So, do I agree with Alberto Agas? It don't matter. Do I agree with how he chose to do it? It don't matter. Like that Alberto Agas' job to criticize Oscar Mira. That's his job. So when no human being perfect, right? No human being is perfect. So Alberto Agas, in writing this, he's not a lawyer or something like that, you know. So he writes this thing and he posts it, right? My problem is that a statement like this could actually meet the threshold for a person to be arrested and charged. Like that's my problem, is that a comment like that can actually meet the threshold for Alberto Agas to be arrested and charged. Like, that's a problem. Listen, me and Alberto Agas quarrel all the time. When Alberto Agas no agree, he will pick up the phone and he call. Like to me, that's great. Like, it's a democracy. Like, in a democracy, freedom of speech and the right to criticize public officials. Right? So could somebody say, well, it's a low blow, or it's a this or a that, or in a tribe? Yes, absolutely. But that's like, it's a par for the course if we are going to have a democracy where people are free to speak. So please understand, as I say, that I never liked this law from the very beginning when they passed it, Brother Fame, because of this kind of mischief. All right? No. That's the part that I have a problem with. The law needs to change. All right? So can we put up back the charge sheet again, because there's something else that I want to say about this charge sheet in the second paragraph. Could you put it up, please? Right? So he say, watch it, with intent to cause Oscar Mira to be subject to public ridicule and embarrassment. So normally, that is a civil matter. Believers, do you even understand what I mean when I say civil matter versus a criminal matter? Because if you don't understand that, then I'd waste my time. But what I am saying is that when somebody says something where you not like and you don't agree with it and it hurt you bad and you feel like then do you wrong, yes, go to court. But you should go to court in a civil matter, Belize. This about public ridicule and cause embarrassment, that no for go criminal. Understand where I tell you, lata unu make comment. Uno where they rejoice with what Oscar Mira do, or uno where Bex about where Alberto Agas do, or uno where they rejoice with us with Alberto Agas because you have found a political thing to ride, and now all are uno they post the same thing. John Saldiva they post it, and Yellow Man they post it, and this one they post it. Please understand what I'm saying. This is a bad law. This law will catch a lot of people if we ignore it. Right? You will be. And listen, you know, in my opinion, it even matter if Alberto Agas guilty or innocent about this law. Because when I want to do, that I embarrass her. Drive up to your house, police pour out, then go arrest you, all the pictures they get, blast it all over the country. Alberto Agas arrested and charged. Then they want to put you for sit down in the piss house. I hope they at least make the man sit down outside for the 48 hours and never put her in a piss house. That's what they want to do now. They don't even care if you guilty or innocent down the road, you know. They want to embarrass you because you embarrass me. So I want to use the law to embarrass you. That's a dangerous thing, Belize. It's dangerous. So to make my voice clear this morning, it's a bad law. It's a bad law. Matters of speech belong in civil court, not criminal court. That is a big thing for me. You pastors, take heed. Pastors, take heed. This law could be for you. Politicians, take heed. You don't think UDP go, oh, okay, want to use this against me? Just wait till when I get in. You understand what I mean, my friend?
Yeah, Pastor.
Wait till I get in.
Then you want to see.
Then you want to see. Belize, it's a bad law. Stop the laugh about this. Stop the tech sides about this. And please understand, we need to get rid of this law. You have some comments before we go to break, Brother Frem?
To see the people, well, I think Belize wake up now. I know, like one time we have to send 3-4 messages to get around to your people. But I think if once they continue to educate our young people, you know, make them know what happened. I think we are walk to the line and reach it quick. So we need to involve young college students, and also we need to allow them to free speech, but you have to educate people in where you have to educate them, Pastor.
Yeah, people need to understand. Right? Somebody asked me, good morning, cannot Alberto Agas file a suit against Brian Mira as well for a post he made? So here is the thing, because could we put up Brian Mira's post? You had it up before, the one with the circle, red circle. This is a threat. I would take a charge if I see him, I really would. You see that? That is a threat, right? That is a threat. Because what are the charges where you take? Murder. What are the charges where you take? Manslaughter. What are the charges where you take? Aggravated assault. You see the problem? You see the problem? Now, Brian Mira now is the brother of the Minister of Police. This can qualify as a threat. And a threat is a criminal word. Now, do you think that the police will arrest and charge Brian Mira? And right there you can see. Right there you can see it. Right there. That is a threat. You see? So, one, they are claiming that Alberto Agas, for the sake of embarrassment. Here, this person is saying, I'm a whole lot threat, I have a whole lot charge for you. How will I know what is the charge? How will I know what is the charge? Is the charge murder? Is the charge, you understand? So that's our threat. Now will the police follow that? You see? You see? So let us see, as that's a threat. But that now wouldn't fall under civil, because a threat should rightfully fall under criminal. All right? So people are watching the whole thing that is taking place, right? But we do, in a democratic country, we do not arrest and charge members of a political party on the other side without it being a big issue. This can make international news that a chairman, a former chairman of a political party has been arrested and charged by the Minister of Police for making comments on Facebook. Like that could go international, right? Because it can be interpreted as abuse of power, all right? So I need to make that clear this morning. Our job on PlusTV and Rise and Shine, we don't know PUP, no UDP, we just try shoot right straight down the middle and just call it as it is. So you could call me PUP, you could call me UDP, me no care. I try to have clarity of understanding, and a law that I hated under UDP, I'm not going to love it under PUP. I am sorry if I hated it under UDP. I will hate it under PUP because it's not a PUP or UDP thing. It's I hate the law. And the reason why I hate the law is because that law can be used for political or religious mischief. We'll take a break?
Yes, Pastor.
And then we'll be back for closing comments right after these messages.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Nobody know, nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place I ever roam.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Ream AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit, which provides superior energy efficiency. when the heat is on. Stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Rheem. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100 key. No stress, no waiting, just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Today marks a major milestone for future education in our community. This building is more than concrete and classrooms. It is a symbol for hope, progress, opportunity, and strong belief that our young people deserve the very best foundation for their future.
The scope of works of this project included the construction of 8 classroom spaces, office spaces, bathroom facilities for male and female students, as well as restroom facilities for male and female teachers, along with storage rooms and a janitor's equipment storage room. Additionally, covered stairwells were constructed to provide access from the ground floor to the first floor, and an access ramp was installed to ensure accessibility for persons with disabilities.
Today is a proud and meaningful day for the people of Corazon Creek, for the Toledo district. This facility represents hope, not only for the students of Corazon Creek, but also for the young people from the 16 surrounding buffer communities that this school will serve and will continue to serve. It reflects our shared belief that no matter where you come from in Belize, you deserve access to spaces that allow you to learn, grow, and succeed. Let the school stand as a symbol of what is possible when we invest in people, communities, and opportunity. Together, we are building more than infrastructure. We are building futures. We are building hope, and we are building a stronger Belize.
Cada conexión es más que solo una señal, es un estudiante abriendo las puertas a su futuro a través de la educación digital. Una mente joven atreviéndose a soñar en grande. Nuestra cultura compartida con el mundo en tiempo real. Y héroes cotidianos respondiendo al llamado del deber cívico. Cuando nos conectamos con Digi, empoderamos a Belice.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
The biggest tournament requires the ultimate streaming experience with NextGen TV. Win with NextGen. Pay your bill or sign up for a NextGen bundle plan for a chance to win a 43, 55, or up to 65-inch smart TV bundle, a brand new soundbar, and many more prizes. Get ready to witness football history being made with NextGen. Not a NextGen TV subscriber yet? Contact us to subscribe today. Next Gen TV, your stadium at home.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place we ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody knows.
It's a beautiful Monday morning, and whatever part of the country you are watching us from, whether you're watching us live or repeat, thank you very much for choosing Rise and Shine. That even if you watch your other programs, you still tune in to Rise and Shine, and we are grateful for that. Brother Fem, somebody else wrote a post, and that post to us is saying, he said, I wholeheartedly agree with you assessment of the stupid cyberbullying law. It seems to me that they are trying to capture or copy the UK, who recently passed a similar law, and in fact, in fact, are running into a pile of trouble with it. They are locking up housewives in the UK and others for what is usually free speech. So we need to understand that this is a free speech issue. It touches free speech issue. And so even if Alberto Agas is declared innocent by the court, then don't run on through embarrassing, put on media, arrest and charge, put that in a piece house or whatever. And that is not right and fair, all right? And then the thing is that mirror hand clean can say, oh, that's not me, that's the police, you know? Then the person said, I don't see how they will prove intent in this law. Most other laws where intent is mentioned are not used because of the difficulty in proving someone's intent. And I think we just finished the first lawsuit where I think the case never gone through. It did not go through, you know. So that's where we are with that one, Brother Fem. Now, before we go, let's talk a little bit about the other things that happened during the week. I will save the Rude Boy concert for tomorrow. Kerm and I will be on tomorrow. But I understand that there was a shooting up north. Did you hear about the shooting that happened up north?
No, Pastor.
All right. So, in Gardenia, around Gardenia, a 15-year-old was shot to death, Rakeem Harris. gunshot wound to the head.
Where that happened, Pastor?
In Gardenia, I think probably rural Belize, like somewhere on the Belize River Valley.
Gardenia.
And then Gardenia, not Armenia, Gardenia.
Yeah, Gardenia.
And then one 18-year-old Belizean and a second person, Justin Young, received gunshot wounds and was in surgery. So that is something else that happened. So in the south, there was a fatal traffic accident. It happens that this motorcycle made a drive on the highway. This is somewhere between Independence and Punta Gorda. 38-year-old Andy August of Independence was driving his Mazda from the Punta Gorda junction towards Independence when a black Leafan motorcycle driven by 26-year-old Elmer Cal of Red Bank collided into the vehicle. And so Cal dropped off of the motorcycle and the vehicle stopped and the person opened the door for check pan the guy, you know? And then a red Milan scooter now driven by 51-year-old Herzan Cruz, who is a customs officer, crashed into the door at the Mazda. And he also received injuries, all right? So, like somebody stopped for render assistance to the motorcyclist, and another motorcyclist may come crash into that one. And so I think that someone has died, and it's like a multiple accident. So those are the news pieces that we have for this morning. It's 9 o'clock. You have some closing comments there, Brother Fem?
Well, thank God for I want to thank our viewers that are there at home watching us. Welcome if you're visiting this beautiful country. We got Pipal, you got Agopina Coach Bridge, you got Pastor Wayne, and Valley of Peace Road, but then go be down the river. And they say that they all the time watch PlusTV, so I want to say thank you. It's 5 minutes past the 5 of the clock.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Brother Fem. Thank you so much for being with me. Glad you had a rested weekend. And Belize, we will continue to monitor. We will continue to monitor as they just turn that one or zoom out. We will continue to monitor what is taking place in Bamapan, and we want to ask our residents to please stay in tune with Rise and Shine. Like PlusTV sometime today is going to tell you about the event and activity that we're going to have here in Bamapan, the candlelight vigil for Dr. All right, so here it is. So they have 5 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. And thank you for finding that for us. Meeting spot, Emporium Building in front of 99 Supermarket. They said, join us in a walk around the ring road to honor the life of a dear servant of humanity and stand together in the call for justice. Very, very young guy, 36 years old. All right, so that's the information. This is the details. We will have it on our Facebook page, and I want to encourage Bamapan to come out. This was a brutal murder, and something needs to be done. From all of us here at Rise and Shine, Belize, God bless you. Brother Fem, thank you very much for joining us. Belize, we gone. See you tomorrow.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize.